Hey there guys, how are you today and welcome to another episode of Kubica 2008 Season Challenge. Yes, in this series we're driving as Kubica in the 2008 season, trying to win him the World Championship in celebration of him being back in Formula 1. Hope you're enjoying the series so far, and here's the Drivers' Championship at the moment as we head into the Spanish Grand Prix, and you can see I'm currently in P4, with my teammate Nick Heidfeld leading from Felipe Massa and Lewis Hamilton. So yeah guys, we're at the Spanish Grand Prix this weekend. Not my favourite circuit to drive on the game, but we'll do my best. And in the constructors you can see my team BMW Sauber are leading Ferrari and McLaren Mercedes. So yeah, and in this series, you know, I've got the 2008 mod, so all the 2008 drivers, all the liveries, all the cars from 2008 on the F1 2014 game. It's been pretty good fun so far. I think you guys have all enjoyed it. We've had some good racing as well. And I'm hoping for more of the same here at the Spanish Grand Prix. Of course, the next episode after this is Turkey, so I'm going to have to look into finding the mod for the Turkish Grand Prix circuit, which could be interesting, so we'll have to see how that one plays out. But as now, we're coming through Sector 3 here, and it's going to be now time to put the power down, go around the final corner, and time to start qualifying here at the Spanish Grand Prix. So here we go guys, starting our first lap in qualifying. Our best effort so far is only good enough for P11, so we really need to improve on this. We want to be in the top 8 at least. Of course that's where all the points are. So breaking down for turn 1, putting the power down now. Now heading around this tough corner here in Sector 1. Of course this will be our final lap of qualifying, so let's see how we're doing. Are we up on our previous time, yes or no? Yes we are. A 10th up on our best time. So we are making progress. It is quite a short track, so a 10th or 2 tenths could be a lot of positions. But trying to avoid the wheel spin coming out of this kind of corner, failed that a little bit there. But putting the power down here on Sector 2, do really struggle on this track, to be fair. And now this is a fun little part of the track, really fast through there. That was pretty decent, to be honest. And now, not quite flat out in this car. Probably you guys don't have enough downforce, but now, are we up on Sector 2? Yes, we are now by about 7 tenths, I believe that is. So, we are now really making some good progress. And now we've just got to finish the lap. So we're now going to come into this final complex of corners, which is of course new in the 2007 season, I think. So it's still quite new to us. And we're going around there, the final few corners. And around the final corner, is this going to be a faster lap time? It's been pretty decent in my opinion. And it's going to be enough, guys, for P7. Not too bad at all. The only slower car to beat us was Nelson Piquet Jr. in the Renault. But my teammates in P5 with Raikkonen and Kovalainen looking out the front row for the Finnish drivers. Not too bad there with Massa and Hamilton P3 and P4. So yeah guys, that was qualifying. So now it's time to go to the race at the 2008 Spanish Grand Prix. So as we know, Kimi Raikkonen on pole position. There's my teammate in P5, and here I am in a not so mighty P7. The lights are now coming on here in Spain. Are we going to get back onto the podium? Lights coming on, and here we go. Lots of wheel spin there off the start. It's the same for everyone. We get a good run there on Nelson Piquet Jr. straight ahead of us in that Renault. Like the livery on that Renault, by the way. So we're going to go to the outside for turn 1, see how that does for us. Try to follow Heidfeld's line a little bit. But we have Nakajima there going up the inside, also Trulli as well. And those couple positions there, we're now down in P8. But Trulli is now there alongside us and has got ahead of us. And now actually in P9 for Alonso, the home favourite, right behind us. We're going to go around the outside of Jarno Trulli there into this corner and try and keep the power down to get past PK as well. But that's going to be tricky. And now it's potentially going to be free ride going into this corner. And we're now past Nakajima and Nelson Piquet Jr. into P6. And this is our minimum position for this season, you would have thought. At the back of the slower cars. That's where I have to be at the very least this season. But hopefully move forward as well. But whether I'm going to have the pace to do that here, and we actually go a bit wider down to the gravel. Nakajima and Piquet having a look. Nakajima's going past, but we're going to at the hairpin here. dive up the inside of Nakajima, bit of a dive bomb there, and get the position back. So at least we held on to our P6, so it's not a complete and utter disaster there. We're now coming towards the end of lap 1, and we're actually now about to start lap 2 here. And you can see Nakajima's right behind us, proximity areas, he's going to be on our outside. There's an outbreak and going into turn 1. And we actually do that quite successfully and get round turn 1 pretty nicely. And get a tiny bit of a gap to him there, a little bit of breathing space. You can see Massa has pulled away a bit, but not too much, so he's still reachable. So it's not been too bad a start for me, to be fair. And now coming towards the end of lap 2, you can see there's a bit of a train forming behind us. And Massa's starting to put away as well. We get a really poor exit there going into the final corner. Let's put the power down, but we might be a sitting duck going down the straight because of our poor exit there. And if you look at it, Nakajima's now coming right behind us in the slipstream. He's going to go to our inside, not going to try and defend. But I'm actually going to be able to outbrake in there. And we're able to nicely get that position and hold on to P6. Not too bad. And we're now going to go on to lap 6, and you can see there's not such a train behind me now. Nakajima's kept up with me. But it looks like the Brazilian driver Felipe Massa in that Ferrari has a bit of a problem. He's going very slowly suddenly, and I've caught right up to him. And we get a great exit out to there, sort of. We're going to go to the outside of him here. And as we look behind, you can see he does not have a front wing. Something's happened to Felipe Massa, and that's given us an extra position. And if that was my teammate ahead who did that, thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And now, so we've got our P5, some good breathing space behind, and we can focus on the rest of the race. And P5 would be a lot better than P6, let's be fair. So I'm pretty happy with that so far. Drama though here at Spanish Grand Prix. Not sure what happened to Massa, to be honest. And we're now on this next lap actually going to the pit lane, because I want to make sure I beat Felipe Massa here today. So he would have gone into the pit lane, got a new front wing, and would have been faster than me. So if I can just get into the pit lane, come out ahead of him, I'm confident I'll be able to defend from him from the rest of the race. So let's see how this goes. Depending on the hard tyres now, they are horrible, as we know. So we're going to have to deal with that. Coming to the end of the pit lane, obviously cars are going past, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Because they're all going to pit still. Now the gaggle of cars going past there now, which doesn't really help me at all. And I think we're actually going to be under pressure from Adrian Sittel now as we go through turn 1. Behind us is Adrian Sittel. And I reckon with us struggling on cold tyres, you can see actually going to go quite wide through here. We're not going to be able to go flat, and he is on warmer tyres, and he was able to get past us there and overtake us, and we're now on P13 and trying to go up the inside there of Sittel. But it wasn't to be, but it doesn't matter really because he is going to go in the pit lane. And I have to hope he doesn't hold us up too much. Just putting the power down as much as possible, try to get this position. And later here on lap 8 you can see we're still right behind Adrian Sittel. But I am now going to have to dive up the inside for Adrian Sittel. I've had enough of this. Bit of an aggressive move there, but I don't really care. A few cars going in the pit lane now as well. So we should now get back into the points. P8, remember, not P10. And I reckon we are going to now get into the points and be happy again. So there's a car coming out, then there's a car coming out in front of us who looks like he's going to jump us. And it was Nelson Piquet, and we called right up to him here as he's on cold tyres. And we're going to do what Sittel did to us, go up the inside of him there in sector 1. And that's given us back P7. But we know Timo Glock and maybe 1 or 2 other cars ahead are yet to take their pit stop. And you can see we're now going on to lap 10, more cars in the pit lane, and we are now comfortably in P5. We have got, I believe, Nelson Piquet Jr. right behind us, but I am really confident I'm going to be able to defend from him for the rest of the race, and hopefully get a solid 4 points here at this Grand Prix, and that would be pretty awesome considering how much I hate this damn circuit. And here we are, to be honest guys, lap 17. You can see the pace has really dropped now for me because you may see on the screen now it is starting to rain. Felipe Massa has caught up to Nelson Piquet Jr. behind, and there's another car in this little train but I'm not blocking the whole field, so I've had decent, consistent pace, but it's not been great, I guess you could say. But now we're gonna have I think we've got a challenge to hold off these 3 cars. But mostly the car I'm worried about is Felipe Massa, who's there behind Nelson Piquet. And if he overtakes Piquet, he might be able to have a go at us as well, which would be problematic, to say the least. So to put the power down now, to get away from Felipe Massa, keep the car on the circuit, put the power down now. As we're going through the end of Sector 3, just got to keep it careful, park the car on the apex, go a bit wide there, actually it's going to really compromise our last couple of corners, put the power down, really struggling here. Felipe Massa is now ahead of Piquet, and it might actually be a bit of a race, a drag race to the line. You see our slipstream, but we are just about able to hold off there, hold him off, and keep P5 here at the Spanish Grand Prix. And I would say that it's actually a pretty good result. So there you go, guys.
Congratulations, 5th place.
P5 at the Grand Prix. Raikkonen won it from Kovalainen, Heidfeld 3rd, Hamilton 4th, myself in 5th, Massa in 6th, Trulli in 7th, and Nelson Piquet in 8th. Home driver Alonso had finished in a really disappointing P11. So disappointing day there for the Spanish driver. But overall, a good day for me, I would say. And looking at the Drivers' Championship after the Spanish Grand Prix, you see Heidfeld lead still from Massa, Hamilton, Raikkonen, and then myself. I am 10 points behind my teammate now, but we still lead the constructors from Ferrari and Mercedes. 10 points between P1 and P3 there in the Constructors' Championship. Now that is pretty exciting. And there you go, guys. That was the Spanish Grand Prix of the Kubica Challenge. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of the Robert Kubica 2008 Season Challenge.